Good evening. I'd like to call to order the special meeting of the Board of Selectmen for Tuesday, November 5th, 2024. Time now is 6 p.m. Can we begin with this pledge of allegiance, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Any public comments?
No public.
Any correspondence?
No.
All right. I think we were all present at the last meeting. I move that we approve the Board of Selectmen regular meeting minutes from October 15th, 2024.
Second.
Any discussion? Try your minds, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. Okay. Before we report, special meeting, we'll just do a report on the next regular meeting that I'm at. No old business, new business. We have before us the holiday displays. Really, it's exactly the same we've had before. I think with one, you don't have the insurance that they're going to get it. They have to have it by the time they start, the way I understand it. Let me make sure. So the first is Bethlehem United Methodist Church, Tim Martin. Submitted a request is for the nativity scene or for rush. Also, United Methodist Church in Tim Martin for the menorah. And then we have the Sherry Axel. And this is for, doesn't say on it. Okay, here we go. One is the Happy Holiday Season from the Atheist Neighbors. And wasn't there another piece, or is this just the only one, Mary?
No, there is. I'm sorry if that's not there.
Okay. So that's from James Nadio. That's the banner.
Happy Human Light. It's on the back of one of
Oh,
them.
that's what is there last.
Oh, so the very back.
Yeah.
Have to give them the same thing as we had before.
This, on this one, they're not showing a valid certificate of insurance. This is just,
Right. So she's gonna. This is basically the quote. I think they're gonna get the insurance once it's approved. That's pretty common. Yeah, they can't put it up unless they bring in some insurance certificates out. Like when it's actually time to put it up.
these people already have their certificate.
Yeah, with them, yeah, Tim doesn't do the insurance and everything, and they're all on top of it. I don't have a problem with them. I mean, it's always contingent upon them having insurance. We would certainly state that in our motion if we wanted to do that during the approval. So we probably, you want to take each application on its own?
All four.
All four?
I don't have a problem.
Okay, so,
That's what we have to do.
okay, so I would make a motion that we approve the 4 applications, always contingent or all contingent upon them having the appropriate insurance at the time they set it up.
Right.
And I'll leave it for a moment, I think. We're looking at.
I'm looking at the, this quote only covers them till the 29th of December. All right, the next start date, for that end date, it only covers until the 29th of December. Should we look at details?
Yeah, but
We'll see when the policy is good. Well, I'll just make sure they have insurance that's through the time.
which one? Oh, the quote.
Yeah, so they're
Yeah.
saying event end date, so I don't know how long the policy is good for. So we just have to make sure that
Right.
the policy.
Like the other one,
covers-
they basically have the
They do it
insurance
for a
all
full
year.
year, yeah.
Yeah,
So this one, they just need to
Okay.
make sure that
that when it's in effect the whole time.
it's in effect the whole time that the sign is up.
Yeah. The,
So which one you're questioning,
It says right here, they just have one.
it's on the packet for.
It's on
the human-
I guess it's for both of them, right? I mean, is
Yeah,
that what
they're working
James is
together.
using the same one?
Yeah, they might have to.
Yeah, same one, but
Yeah.
they put the end date as the 29th of 2024. We just need to make sure it's insured past that date. That's all.
Yeah.
So whoever reviews the insurance needs to be aware of that.
Yeah,
Effective dates and the event dates, right? It
yeah.
looks like the,
When did they take it down?
Like January
Last year.
4th. Well,
Yeah, it was January 4th. Yeah, okay.
And do we have
Okay.
do we have a minimum amount we require for medical insurance on these? Like, do we have like a set minimum?
No, it's, for the medical,
Medical
I'll go back to
expenses,
the
any one
application.
person's, yeah. I mean, obviously, it's too late,
yeah.
but in the future, we really
There's
should.
not a medical difference. It's just the amount of 1,000 for the liability is what they have.
1 million.
1 million.
What did I say?
There's 1 million.
Yeah,
but
1 million for liability.
Generally, they'll put medical expenses and stuff like that in these policies
Yeah.
too.
I'm just saying all we have required is liability. Is that something we should be?
I just think it's something we should look at what, in the
We can look at our
future, yeah,
Insurance
Yeah.
consultant and ask him what's appropriate.
in the future, what's the, I mean, probably you're never gonna need it, but it just, in the
Yeah.
future, we should probably just look into what our minimum requirements are gonna be. All right.
Okay. Okay, so we have a motion on the table to accept the applications, and we have a second. All in favor? Did you second? Or you seconded it?
He seconded it.
Okay, all in favor?
We're gonna amend this to make sure they have proper insurance.
I said that in the motion.
Okay, all right, yeah, I'm good.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, motion carries. Great. Make sure I'm looking for the right thing here. Okay. Consideration of Board of the Charter Revision Commission. I don't believe.
Board of Finance is first.
Board Finance.
I'm sorry, first one, yeah. Okay. So, we have a recommendation for Karen Foster replace Dave, excuse me. Yeah, Sharon Foster replace Aileen Foster. I never really realized that. As a member of the Board of Finance, when we make the motion, this motion is going to be contingent upon her resignation from the Charter Revision Commission, which we don't have anybody for yet anyway. The reason that is a state statute says only, basically a third can be on the Charter Revision Commission who are elected, or actually are officers of the town. So, she'll have to give that up to the Board of Finance. So with that, I'll make the motion to appoint Karen Foster as a member of the Board of Finance to serve the remainder of Aileen Foster's term. Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? Seeing none. I will try your minds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any noes? Abstentions?
I'll abstain.
And the motion passes. Okay, so we can, let's, I move that we table the appointment to the Charter Revision Commission until we have a candidate. So second,
Second.
all in favor of tabling, say aye. Aye.
How long do we have to fill it
They have 60 days before the commission can build themselves.
from the resignation date?
Actually, it's from the resignation when it's given to us.
Right.
So we got it very quickly.
Okay.
Okay. Consideration of ARPA funds for renovations of Parlo. So we don't have Brad with us. Basically, excuse me, the first one's approval of the state funds for the renovations of Parlo. We don't have the actual info, so I think we were gonna do this contingent, right, on getting the,
Well, there are a number of requirements we have
Yeah.
to have, just normal
Yeah.
things, resolutions, we have to do a description of what exactly the project scope is, where
Yeah.
our budget is. And I think we haven't done those things, and we just got that communication.
Yeah.
So I think Park and Rec is working on their piece.
we want to kind of move quickly because we'd like to have ARPA funds also, and we have to have those literally done by the end of December. So I guess what I'll be looking for is, I would say the approval to accept the grant and do the paperwork to execute the grant from the state for the $500,000. Understand that right?
Yeah, if you want to do that tonight.
Yeah, we do. I think because we want to like,
When's our last
Yeah.
date to do the ARPA funds?
well, we pretty much have to have a PO by the end of December.
So they need to get us the plans
They're
for the
working-
park.
They're working
So we
on it
know
right now.
exactly what we're doing.
Yep.
'Cause it's just not a
Yeah.
lot of time.
And what they're gonna do, I mean, it's still $1 million project.
December 1 is the cutoff.
I believe December one's the deadline for that information.
To be-
The resolution, the description of the project scope.
That-
and the
that's
budget.
For the grant.
That's
Yeah,
for the grant.
that's a paperwork submission date for that.
So what'll probably happen, I mean, the way Parks and Rec is looking at this, they're working on getting all this stuff done and have everything done for the grant December 1. For the ARPA piece, they're looking at what kinds of things we can actually get a PO on to do the ARPA money as part of almost like a phase. But as long as we have like a PO and it's allocated, we're okay.
Right.
But we have to have it allocated by the end of the month.
Does the PO have, I mean, the PO to be broad-based?
It can be broad-based.
Used for renovations to Parallel Park? That acceptable?
Yeah,
for a
I
PO?
don't think you need actual bids.
Yeah.
Mm,
No,
I don't know if that's a Brad question. I'm not familiar with the PO
Well,
process.
Well, no, we're talking about legally for the grant and the ARPA funds. We would be okay with that sort of.
well, the grant and the ARPA funds, you mean using together, is fine. We've got that out.
It's not uncommon to do like a blanket PO for purchases.
Yeah.
You know, because you know it's going into there.
Yeah.
It's just, does that,
And some of this may go for specific things, because remember, they've been through this whole plan a number of times. And they've had different prices for different phases of the project. So I don't think they're gonna have a problem putting it together. So they'll probably have some of these things later on in it that they're gonna buy and have ready to put in. They could be the playground. It could
does
be,
there have to be a bid waiver?
I don't know yet.
That's
There may be on the
we have
next-
To look at.
Yeah, there may be on the next meeting.
Bid waiver.
But I mean, it's just cover over a little bit of a, we have to have the project stuff approved. And then we might have to go to do a bid.
But we can,
Right.
we can earmark the funds for.
Yeah.
Right.
Parallel Park.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Well,
it's kind of in line.
According to what Brad is telling us, we pretty much have to have by the end of December, literally like they're allocated, not just say, hey, we have it earmarked for X. 'Cause once we do that, it has to be really in place for him.
How much do we have left in ARPA
So we'll probably have in the neighborhood of 700,000 total.
after this?
No, this will be 500 and we'll have 200,000 or so.
200,000 left.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I was
He's
just gonna-
working on, he's working on the list.
and
and
we
going
can
back
get
and-
that for next meeting.
And we'll have that for next meeting. What he'll be doing is he'll be clawing back different things. And then we have a number of ideas to wrap it up at one of the next meetings. I mean,
Okay.
because we do need to allocate it. And there are a number of things that we've been talking about, like options for us to talk about.
Okay.
Okay, so, so basically, I guess we'll say, well, the approval of the state funds, being able to accept the state funds we want to do, right? Or do we want to wait and do a special and do it all together?
I think we have to, they have a form, resolution, I would have to complete and read into the minutes.
Okay,
But we
Okay.
can just move forward to get those things done.
okay.
Our intent is to accept the grant.
So
move
we'll,
forward to do those things.
So then we'll either meet or have a special by the end of the month, like the four of us to have it done. I'm going to be gone for the next regular meeting.
Yeah.
We can do it maybe a special right after, right before.
Yeah, when you get back, yeah.
And Brad was aware of that too. If we wanted to do something with respect to ARPA funds, we could do a special. if We needed to.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's, I move that we table the approval of funds of the state Connecticut for renovations and the consideration of ARPA funds for Borough Park.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Next up is, a discussion and consideration of the Stony Hill Preserve property. I move that we, enter executive session and we, invite in Mary Churchill and our attorney, Melanie O'Brien.
Second.
And all in favor of going to executive session?
Aye.
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 No opposed, motion carries. Time is 6:14. Trying to get stuff recording, open the door. Okay, we're out of the executive session, phone meeting back to order. It's 6:37 PM. I move that we do an 824 referral to planning and zoning on the possible acceptance of the Stony Hill Preserve property.
Second.
Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, motion carries. With that, I would accept a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. We stand adjourned at 7:37 PM.
6:37.
Oh, 6:37. All right.
Oh, yeah, this is not.
All right, so